Hey gang, Game Face here. And it's time for more Planet Coaster. It is. It really, really is. Yeah, so yesterday we were building this wreck of a station. Like, I don't know, I wouldn't want to go in here and try to go to ride a coaster. It's very dangerous. So basically we're continuing with that. And I'm going to build some other stuff around here too. Oh, that's not the right axis. So I'm figuring I've got to do something around here that makes this all seem like it's, you know, right. And I think that was just going to be something like this, or oh no, maybe I'll do it over here. Nope, no, that was not what I did. I actually really didn't do that. Hey Nahor, how you doing today? No, why am I doing that? I should be making sure it's all even. Because, you know, it's a building that's falling down. It needs to be even. That doesn't make any sense at all. That's not a good even. This needs to be like that. And that means... Ooh. No, we'll just do that. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. This has fallen down. I need to fix this. That's what's wrong here. Yeah, there we go. So, what else can I do? There's probably lots of things that need to be done. I don't really like how this is all, like, you know, sharp-edged. Hey, Wolfie. Okay, I guess I'm going to start to build the thing around here. Now, I had some things in mind, but then I discovered that I'm not going to be able to run them up here. So I think I've come to the conclusion that I might have to build my own walkway. I don't know. But then I thought also I have all this. I have this pattern here already. Maybe I should be using that. But of course, this doesn't have anything up the side of the stairs. But maybe this is the thing I need to do. Let's give it a shot. Hey, Death Bruce. How you doing? Oops, that's not. I thought I was editing and I was already one step ahead of myself. Okay, hope that's right. Let you catch up, Planet Coaster. It's not right. It's still crooked, but I'm gonna have it like way in the middle. So for the lengths that I have, it won't show up. Or so I hope. Come on. Oh yeah, this. I forgot this. It's hard to choose things that are next to a path. Ooh, that's no good. That's no good at all. Oh, that's no good either. Ooh, that's awful. What's happening here? Is it really going to make me do this one at a time again? Remember I used to just move a piece off to the side and that would fix everything and everything would be aligned? It just doesn't do that anymore. They've completely changed the whole algorithm that figures out which way these arrows go. Because my trick was always just to go, okay, I want this to go straight, I'll just do that. And then I'll do this. And then I can move it straight. But nope, nope, it's like, nope, this is not your Planet Coaster. So that's changed too. When they change massive stuff like this, there needs to be something that comes up at the beginning, the first time you load Planet Coaster, saying, "Hey, everything's changed." Because this is painful, and this is not the way it used to be. I don't know what to do here. I guess the answer to that would be do it later. No, it just will not let me do. Let's do it this way. Your weekend begins. My weekend begins tomorrow. At 6 p.m. when I start the Resident Evil 2 live streams. Sorry, I went and bought Resident Evil 2. I couldn't help myself. So I'm going to be streaming that tomorrow. Like I needed another game. Well, I guess I didn't need another game. But yeah. I'm looking forward to that. I really liked Resident Evil 7. I know this is completely different, but actually I've played it before, so I know it's completely different. Can I, like, do something in this game, please? Like, why? That's why. Sorry. I'm used to it not doing what I want. Okay, so if I select this, now here, we'll try this. Obviously, that's not going to allow me to move it properly. So I'm going to select it again. And I'm going to completely duplicate the whole thing. Well, and that's not going to let me move it properly either. So So I'm pretty well damned either way. I can't win. There's no way. No, that wouldn't work either. This will work though. I'm not giving up. I was gonna say, that's it. I give up. But no. Let's see here. So this is gonna sort of rise up a little, but I think I've got the length to do it in these things. I think I sunk them in there enough to give me a little extra space. Yeah, we're not gonna have a problem. Oh, I can do more than one of these at once. As long as it's these and they're already in a row, I'm fine. As soon as you start moving separate items that have different lengths, and that's when things become weird and awkward. Excuse me? Okay. It's being especially slow today, I notice. Is this appropriate? Okay, I think after I build this, I'm going to tear some of it down. I think that's the best bet to make this fit in. Because if this thing's all perfect and everything's all broken around it, it's just not going to work. You know, we'll break a couple pieces out of the middle, we'll have some pieces hanging off the edge. We'll have, when we do the lighting, we'll have some lights that are flickering. Okay, so we obviously have some issues here because, again, they've screwed this up so bad, so bad. Oh. They've made some of the most common things I do in Planet Coaster so difficult and awkward and time-consuming, just from that one change where we were locked in a plane before, and sure, it messed up the angles. Sure, but it never messed up the Z-axis. You never got something that did that. And now, constantly, every single thing I go to move, it's like, oh, you want to do this. No, I never ever want to do that. It's never ever a thing. They really need to fix this. I don't know who. I don't understand. I just don't understand. You don't change something like that a year and a half, 2 years in. Actually, I've been playing it for longer. I've been playing this since the alpha. So it's not something you change at that point. Like, I know I can do this, but still, there's no advantage to that at all. Sorry. Rant done. You know, I know they're listening. I know they listen. And I don't know if it was a bug originally that it didn't calculate an average angle. An average angle. Maybe that was a bug in the original. But just the fact that I can't do this anymore makes this a different game in a way. I have to do all of these independently, one at a time. And the weird thing is this. You would think, okay, well, hey, I'll just take these. Oops. This is going to become more and more difficult. Because for some reason it won't let me click them, eh? It just will not let me choose them. Because they're sitting above the path. So I'm going to take this. And I'm fine. I can move them like this. If I take this, I'm fine. I can move it like this. If I take these, what's going to happen? Remember, we could move them across the same plane before. What? Like, is that serious? Are you kidding me? There's not even averaging of angles going on here. There's some madman mathematics going on here. It doesn't make any sense at all. Like, there's no arguing with that now. Like, these did exactly the same thing before I started. And now they don't do that. And I can go to video that shows that. See, again, it's obviously something. It's not me that's wrong here. Yeah, I know. But I don't want to move it exactly that. I want to move it, Or give me the option to move it on the grid of the building and solve all these problems. I've been saying that for years now, haven't I? I would like to move things on the grid of the building. Am I becoming repetitive? Ooh, you know what I did wrong? I didn't move that. I mean, I didn't duplicate that. I moved it. Ow. Hey, Tricky Plays Games. How you doing? I'm having a little Planet Coaster rant. It's fun. It's over now. But, yeah. So yeah, I'm doing good. Of course, playing a little Planet Coaster. Finishing the park build that goes on forever. Oh. Okay. Okay, here we go. No. See, I'm not actually attaching this to a building. I'm making it a building of its own. So the whole move by the grid of the building wouldn't work unless I actually attached it to this building work here. But, being as it's not a feature anyway, it's not going to work. Planet Coaster withdrawal. See, I don't think I would suffer Planet Coaster withdrawal. I think there's so many other games I've got that I don't think it would be a thing that would happen. Oh, can't do that. I bought a computer just to play it. Well, I didn't buy a computer just to play it. I got into this thing because of No Limits 2. Which is another coaster building game. Which I'd never played it. I just rode the coasters. I used to have a series on YouTube called No Limits 2 Workshop Creations, which was basically a series where I just rode 6 coasters from the workshop. He's going all out. Sorry. It'll be a good computer, yes. But it's not like it's like a gaming rig or anything like that. It'll be fully capable of playing games. It'll be awesome at playing games. But compared to what Wolfie was dealing with before, oh, $175. And what did you get? Oh, that's not at all what I did. What did you get for $175? I wouldn't even think you'd be able to get a video card capable of playing Planet Coaster for $175. Well, yeah. I guess the difference is probably going to be, frame rate and detail and stuff like that. Like that's one thing in Planet Coaster. When I go in here, I have everything cranked as high as it'll go. And if I turn it down, I'm like, wow. Ugh. Like let's go with like this. Like that's the low. That's the lowest. That's low. Medium. high, ultra, and you can see little changes as you get higher. It's not as drastic as the first change. And then I usually go and I just crank that up because it makes no difference at all. But my video is totally capable of just like any of this. So yeah, I wonder what water looks like. So there's going to be a difference where Wolfie's going to be able to do this. And I'm pretty sure on the 750 Ti you're not going to be able to crank it up that high. But I don't know. I guess you could and just it'll be a lower frame rate. But I'm just guessing. I don't want any of these things. It won't let me choose what I want. This building is off limits. There we go. Wow. Like I said, sometimes I'd swear I was running this on a potato. Well, and you know, I really, you know, the whole thing about your computer not running Planet Coaster, like I said, we could actually find out exactly what's going on, but we can't seem to get Team Viewer to work. So, you know, I'd be running Procmon trying to figure out what exactly it's trying to do. Like, there's so many tools that would allow us to figure out what's going on exactly. But we just can't get to that point. How do you check frame rate? Well, the problem is frame rate in Planet Coaster differs. You know, I can do this, but you know, when I'm you know, when things are moving, it's different. Like, it's paused right now. It's going to differ when you run into areas of more detail, and it should slightly bring down the frame rate as opposed to, yeah, I don't know. But you know, if I load up my first park, the frame rate is so much lower. Like, if you go on a ride, you can tell. Whereas in here, we're not there yet. I don't know if it's like I didn't think there was more stuff in that first park, but maybe there was. Okay, what I really need to do is figure out the angle here. You want it on the screen while you're playing. Install Fraps. That would do it. Fraps is a game capture program, but it can show you the frame rate on the screen. You don't have to actually be capturing anything. You know, maybe there's something in your graphics card driver, or you know, graphics card tools that will show a frame rate on the screen. Again, I'm only guessing with all of this. I do know that I run Bandicam, but of course Bandicam costs money, and it does show the frame rate on the screen if you want it to. But again, that's for recording gameplay. This is going to be near impossible. Maybe I'll just luck right out. No, of course not. So there's something wrong here. That whole side needs to be moved out anyway. That looks about right. Let's move the side out now. So there's got to be enough things in here. Nope. It's still going to be crooked. Oh. Oh. I'll figure that out after. I think this actually needs to go up further. Oh, come on. And what's this? Not too bad. Now all these need to move. Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I'm amazed that you could get that for 175 bucks. Like, you couldn't buy the CPU for 175 bucks. Well, it depends how old the i5 is. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. And yeah, I guess you can buy an i5 for 175 bucks, but oh, come on. Why? I select it. It unselects it. There we go. There we go. Oh, wow. That's a long time. Oh, well, whatever. Nobody's ever going to notice that. Right? Now, this is going to cause a problem, isn't it? It's a problem. Well, we'll see if it's a problem. It's not a problem yet, but it's a potential problem. Oh, well, I'm not going back. Yeah, I don't know. All of this should be a little bit easier than it is. Just that one change they made has made it just awkward. path seems kind of short now. Better not. Taking the top first, because at least I know that's straight. There we go. No. There we go. Okay, maybe I only need 2 of them. Can I put it in that one place? That one place where it has to go? Am I allowed? Yay, I'm allowed. This kind of sucks. Doesn't quite reach. It'll look crooked for a while. For I don't know, for a second. Okay, let me see here. That looks like it's okay. That looks okay. It's good across the front. Yeah, that is your big advantage here, is you'll never have to replace the whole thing. Hey, how you doing? Luz Yulia Yuji? Sorry, I'm Yuiji. I suck at the English, or I suck at any language, actually, to tell you the truth. I can't pronounce anything. Apologize for that. Just a little bit. Okay, so. There we go. Oh, today was fine. Didn't drag on too long. I guess that's just work I'm talking about, but it's good. I don't know. I might have mentioned it yesterday. My contract was up at the end of the month, where I was working right now, and so I don't know what's happening. Not that I'd be unemployed. I'd just be going back to work at the office until they found a new contract for me to work at. But the other guy that does the whole Adobe Lifecycle technology stuff, he's got a new contract. So he's going off to Ohio or something like that. I know it's Ohio, but so I've got like a couple week extension. And I'm like, and they're like asking me, "All right, do you want to do this?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, I'll do it." I would do it anyway, but because the company I work for, a lot of people work there as well. Okay, so we're almost there. Well, whatever. I think I want to even these out a bit. Oh, you watched some of Pirates Paradise? Yeah, Pirates Paradise was my other big build. I didn't show that last night. But yeah, my trips back to Pirates Parrot. Come on, seriously, what's going on? Pirates Paradise are very nostalgic at this point. Like, yeah. Oh, come on. Can I please edit the building? Thank you, Planet Coaster. I'd like to thank you for your participation in this endeavor. Planet Coaster. Oh, starting to build the shanty town. What's going on? Oh. Again, that thing's hidden off the screen, so I don't know it's there. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I look back at that as fond memories. So it was an awesome build. I really enjoyed it. Whoa, that's not what I want. Don't put that there. Yeah, Pirates Paradise was it was a big build, but you know, the thing with Pirates Paradise is you probably, if you've watched the first part, I started off by saying I'm limiting myself. This is a way for me to close the scope of what a park is into a smaller thing. I thought by doing this, I was doing the same thing, but I probably just didn't make it big enough. You know, the crater that takes up the half the map so that you don't have to build anything in it. It didn't work. Oh well. What can you do? Okay, I'm going to stop building this for a minute, and I'm going to look at something. I'm thinking I need some more scenery in here. You're only getting 32 gigs. That's all you need. No, you're only getting 32 gigs. That's twice as much as you need. Sorry, I think that's funny. What am I looking for? Bushes. I want just regular bushes. I feel as though that's lacking here. Maybe little ones? Littler ones? Do I play Planet Coaster while not streaming? Well, yeah, I added this part of the track here. We didn't smooth it out or anything until I was streaming, but I did add the last part of the track just to sort of get a feel for it, so I wasn't stumbling through it in the stream. And I do occasionally go in and do some stuff, but I haven't done a lot. You know, this was the thing that I did a lot of off-stream work on. Because, you know, like, really, there's not a lot of off-stream anything. Like, to tell you the truth. I get home at around 4:30 from work. So I have about an hour and a half to have something to eat. I sit down and watch a couple of things on YouTube. And then I'm streaming. Haunted house. This is the real one. Yeah, this is my blueprint. So this is something that I spend a lot of time on off the stream. Whoa. Damn, that's big. I can never find a place to put it. It's too big. It's a monster. I still can't believe I actually stayed within, like, parameters and didn't build something that was monstrously huge, and I still built this monster. I know what I can do. We'll just delete this. We don't need that hotel. So this I spent a lot of time off stream on, because this took me a long time. I struggled with this a lot. I don't know where to put it. Whatever. But in the real world, of course, this had, like, nice pathing around it, nice stairs and everything like that. Yeah, I am subscribed to the Roman Atwood Barely Vlogs channel. I have been for the longest time. I can't remember, you know. Yeah, I've pretty well been watching in Roman the whole time I streamed. I've been on YouTube myself. There we go. This will be better. Now, I could do so much better now, but I can't seem to actually build anything now, if you know what I mean. I've started a haunted house. I've tried to make it too real, and I just can't. This has a bit of silliness to it. It's kind of ridiculous in a way. But yeah, this was before the spooky pack. This was like original Planet Coaster pieces only. This is the spooky pirate area. I didn't know there was supposed to be a spooky pirate area until I built this. If you suffer from epilepsy, please close your eyes at this point. This is the... See, it's not even really spooky. It's kind of... I don't know. I don't know what it is. They did ride it. They did actually use it in the in one of the Frontier Planet Coaster streams. But yeah, that was something I spent a lot of off hours because I just couldn't figure out what to do, and it was hard to struggle with that live in front of everybody. Hard to struggle with not getting anything done in a long period of gameplay. Now, as you can see, you know, everything here is much more refined and less cartoony than that. I always feel that's cartoony is the best way that I can put it. It's got a certain level of silliness to it that, you know, it's supposed to have, but that this might not fit so well in this area. So now that I've got this, you know what I should do? I should figure out the exit. So we want path. We want tunneling. Okay, that's curved slopes, eh? That's a bad idea. I don't want curved slopes. Didn't want that either. Why? That was awful. Oh, if Roman puts out a vlog, it's the first thing I watch when I get home. The other thing I watch is the Philip DeFranco show. And what else? I don't know where I am. There we go. That's where I am. No, 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 no. It's supposed to be coming out over here. So I need to go quite a bit farther ahead. Whoa, I missed the hole. How did I miss the hole? Where are we gonna end up here? Okay. You want to be like that? Well, I'll be like this. Huh? Huh? Now, I'm gonna say this is probably doing, like, just awful damage to the world above. Because Planet Coaster's funny that way. I probably have this big path. A couple lumps. Yeah, yeah. I feel like my live streams are like that sometimes, though. I'm not accomplishing a lot sometimes. Whoops, that was not a good thing. That's a good thing. Okay, so now what we want to do is work on the path again. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna turn this back on. What's this doing? It's tunneling. Why is it tunneling? Okay, let's turn this off now. No. I thought I said let's turn this off. Oh. Are we at the ground yet? Because I really just don't like the way it tunnels. Doesn't want to do anything like easily. It's making it as awkward as possible for me to make this fit this in, which is weird. Like, there's no reason that this shouldn't fit in. It's not intersecting the terrain. Only you've decided that it's doing that. There's no intersection with the terrain. It's stairs. It needs to intersect the terrain. Terrain intersection is required by stairs. I wish you could understand this, Planet Coaster. Well, I hope that's good enough. No stairs. No stairs. No stairs. Don't want stairs. Yeah, I'm thinking it might be the roof. But it's, malformed. Malformed. It won't put any path anywhere. See, this is the problem here. Hello? Hello, Planet Coaster. Path me. Intersecting terrain. You're not even showing the path. You're not even showing it. Where is the UI? Where is the... It's all good. It's testing me. It's always testing me. It does that. Oh yeah, I'm 1,428 hours into this game. I know. I know. Okay, this is flattened to foundation. I don't think that's going to help. Oh, wow. Really? Wouldn't have thought flattened to foundation would have worked on a ceiling. You learn something new every day. Yeah, one of the things I should have learned was not to do that. Like, I'm not doing this. Oh, that's slow. There we go. See, that's the thing about being a world creator. Just take the roof off. You can take the roof off the world. That's okay. It will force you to put stairs in it, but that's okay. No, 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 no. Why is this all crooked now? I guess I did something bad. I did something bad. I did something bad. There we go. I fixed the bad thing I did. You know, and while we're here, we can just like build this corner into a corner. We can cut half of this out. And it'll all fill in because, you know, you can't like grow ground over path. The game's not going to let you do that. No? Not doing anything anymore? You're like, nah, I'm, oh. Okay, now just suddenly when I give up, I'm just like, okay, I'll do it now. Woo. Okay, how bad is this? Not terrible. Okay, let's bury it. We're going to bury it with path. So when I'm done this coaster, I'm going to fill in all the details here, and then the only thing left to do will be to finish that. So that's when it's going to happen, Martin. I've still got to do some research and figure out how I'm going to do it, though, because I have no idea. I really don't. Ah, see? Look, that's what's going on. It needs a lot of room, it seems. I was not providing that room. I think we're good now. Oh, no, that's what I said. That's all that'll be left is the fair. That's all that's left. Which is hard to believe. But I believe, oh no, it's not all that's left. Sorry, the haunted house. Can't forget the haunted house. But it's hard to believe that that's going to take me that long, but it is. Okay, now, how is this going to work? They can't be like this. Yeah, I know. This is it's not staying like that. Tree can go. It's this I've got to figure out. I'm waiting for the menu. It's taking its time. It's got better things to do. It's got places to be. It's one amazing rock. Okay. Oh, whatever. Over here. We'll put rocks over here instead. These rocks, these little ones that I'm dealing with right now, are very distinct. Like, you know, they're not as useful as the other two. You can't just use them over and over and over again because they stand out. They have a very particular shape. Whoa, I'm like through one wall into another. All over the place. Multi-sample quality. Yeah, I'll have to do that, and I'll have to paint a bunch of stuff too. By paint, I mean the ground. Little guy, that's what I want. Oh, it's like anti-aliasing. So how big of a sample does it take in order to get rid of the jaggy lines? Have you loaded Glow World at all, Death Bruce? That might be a pretty good indicator how well things will run. Johnny from Channel 5 left a note on it, or a comment that he couldn't run it. It's just... He said it had something to do with a bug in Planet Coaster. But... I don't know. But I don't know what hardware he's running, so it's hard to say. It always is. Well, yeah, but you... Wolfie, you... It doesn't matter. You're not even getting to the point where it's doing any of that. Like, you're not even getting to the main menu, so... You could have it cranked up, and it's not going to make any difference what it's doing. We're gonna have to seal that in. I'm not filling that in with rocks. Thanks for following, Click Me Fish. Welcome to the stream. Come on. Getting be a little too much for your Planet Coaster? You don't drink, but you'll have a beer to celebrate. I'll have some coffee. Because I don't drink either, and I won't have a beer to celebrate. And I find drinking puts a real dent in my Planet Coastering and my video game addiction. Didn't keep any of it. One moment. Suspected spam. Yeah, I'm not answering that. want to hear something funny? It is spam. But it's spam from the my cellular provider. So basically what's happened is enough people have reported them as being spam that now they tell people that they are spam on their own cellular service. That's hilarious. I love it. Thank you. Thank you. That's all I wanted. That's all I ever really wanted. Whoops, wrong button. Uh-oh, it's gonna make me pay for that now. By taking a really long time to do everything. Okay. What do I want here? I was gonna go do something else while it was loading. But guess not. Yeah, it can be painful sometimes how bad it is at loading these menus. Loading a menu, it's like stutter, 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 stutter. Yeah, that's the way of the world now. But you know, I got no one to blame but myself. You know, really, this isn't exactly your standard Planet Coaster park. It's got way more detail than most. So, you know, that's part of it. Who would watch you? Well, who would watch me? You know, you guys are here. Yeah. Yeah, I don't even know how much is in this world. I'm pretty sure it's not that bad. So let's have a look here. And freeze. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to turn on the Planet Coaster music. A little something while we wait for it to, you know, select everything. Bro. It's like, we're sorry. Planet Coaster stopped responding. Would you like to end the game now? I'm like, no. Oh yeah, we're not even halfway there. Oh, it didn't. Oh. Well, it counted 80,000 pieces. But I don't think it included that. So that's okay, I'm waiting. There we go. Yeah, that's a lot less than I thought it would be. It's not like Glow World, which is like 140,000. But I guess that makes sense because this is much more of a built out of building pieces, and as opposed to everything being built out of parts or shapes. Hmm. I don't know if I want to do all this yet. Nah, I guess I should. Excuse me. Yeah, so it's definitely more than 80,000. You know, this doesn't have a lot of pieces in it yet. That's only 2,000 pieces. You know, the fair doesn't have a lot of... Well, the train station might. Train station has just over 4,000, so we're probably really around 90,000. But I'm expecting to end up at about the same as Glow World then. Maybe a little more. Yeah, I think Pirates Paradise was around 80,000 as well. So I think we're, or maybe even 75. So I think we've passed Pirates Paradise. Yeah, you got a long way to go for Pirates Paradise then. I was just barely getting started. But there are some places where, you know, like, you're really, really, really productive, and then it just comes to like you're, you know, not very productive. That's one thing about Planet Coaster. The productivity level is all over the place sometimes. Like, I don't know if I feel like I got a lot done today visually, you know, because if I go and sit back here, the only real thing I see is this. But I do know that deep down, like, there's a lot of other things going on in this world that have got, and it's not just what you see necessarily. You know, I'm not really thinking here. I'm putting these rocks here. And a lot of the times when I do stuff like this, I wonder, okay, how did they get here? Because that's the whole thing about this, eh? This is all like, you know, the water used to fall down here, flow all down here. And there used to be a big waterfall here, and it flowed into a big lake here. But you know, as things dried out, this stopped flowing, and you know, this became a smaller lake. This dried up, and then there was more water. It changed its path. There's water coming in here. So like, even the way I did this, I was thinking the whole time, like, okay, if the water was flowing like this, we'd see a bunch of rocks lying down here, and here I am putting rocks up on the top of a thing, thinking, well, how did they get there? And maybe I shouldn't worry about it. Nobody else is going to think like that. It doesn't need to make geologic sense. I've got one more hour to stream. No. I'm going to stop streaming when I want to stream. As soon as I start having to stream on somebody else's schedule, that's the end of it, eh? You know that? Oh yeah, and that's the whole reason I do it, is it's just to add to it, to make people look at it and it looks like it's natural. Because your eye will pick out things that don't seem right. A lot of the times. Those didn't do what I expected them to do. That's better. Your Trader Wonderland? Yep. So you don't need to just stream like I'm streaming. You can stream using OBS. You can stream directly on Steam if you want. The only reason I've got this software is so that I can have, like, you know, smooth transitions, and even that's not, it doesn't even work the way I want it to. Why does audio in XSplit Broadcaster have to be this whole, oh, I'm changing the scene, oh, slam the audio off, turn the new audio up, ah! So I just play all my audio from that I can through Spotify. You know, so I don't have to, you know, worry about Planet... Well, I do. I do have to worry about it. I don't turn it on, and we don't get to listen to the music. That's a thing that happens. It's all thanks to me. Lack of Planet Coaster music, brought to you by GameFace. Please join us next time for another lack of Planet Coaster music. The lack of Planet Coaster music is what you're looking for. We have the channel for you. No, I finished one side of the lake near the hotel. Well, I didn't even finish that. I mostly finished one side of the lake near the hotel. But I haven't decided whether it's going to be a full lake or if I'm going to build something in here. The other idea was to make the full lake over here and then build something in here. But those decisions have yet to be made. Yeah, I'm not sure. It's more of a I don't know what to do, Martin. Than I don't know what to do. Have I played City Skylines? No, I have not. I spent the money, and I never played the game. I do that a lot. Well, maybe not a lot. You know, if you go to my profile, like, and by the way, if you're on YouTube, come join me on Steam. I got room for some more friends on Steam. If you go to my profile on Steam, I've forgotten now. I own 368 games. And then you can go to the games and you can look and see that basically... Oh, yeah. Yeah, no. It's not on the list at all. So yeah, I haven't played Skylines. I want to in a way, but I'm afraid that from what I've seen, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be disappointed. That's basically where I am with it. Because I would bet that I could build a nicer city. I know it won't have cars driving through it or anything, but a more realistic, nicer looking city in Planet Coaster than I could in City Skylines. That's my fear. I could be wrong. You know, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying there's something wrong with City Skylines and doesn't do it for me, but I'm afraid it won't. If that makes any sense. Oh. Well, you know, it's the same thing for me. You know, right now, basically, I'm running an i7 4790K with 32 gigs of RAM. I've got like a Samsung Pro SD, two 500 gig Pro SDs in a RAID array, so that I have a 1 terabyte system operating system. There was no 1 terabyte SSDs when I built this, and I'm thinking of upgrading this thing because of Planet Coaster. All because of Planet Coaster. And my upgrade's completely different. My upgrade's only 4 pieces, though. New motherboard, new CPU, new RAM, and an M2, a Samsung M2 drive for my operating system. And today, it was $2,006 yesterday. Today, drum roll please, we're gonna go to my shopping cart on Amazon. It has dropped to $19.27. It was $2,006 yesterday, and it's $19.27 today. It's like, what? So I'm gonna wait till it's like $300, then I'm gonna buy it. Yeah, I still think, you know, everybody who sees Pirate Paradise loves it. And I still think, for some reason, I don't know why, it's just me, that it still hasn't got the, you know. I think it deserves more. But I built it, so I shouldn't be saying that. I should shut up and, you know, just take what I get. But hey, I think Glow World deserves more too. You know, that doesn't even have a single star on Steam. Pirates Paradise has 4, but I think it should have 5. Yeah, maybe I'm, you know, not the right person to speak on that, though. Well, see, that's one thing. Oh, that was supposed to stay there. One thing about Pirates Paradise that was very planned out. You know, it was to be like a shanty town around the bottom with the pirate mansions up at the top, with 3 rides. You know, you'll hear me talking about that in the first 4 or 5 things. I wasn't even planning on having the ride and the ride skin underneath it in the cavern in the middle. That was not part of the plan. It was just going to be the 3 coasters and that's it. Though I'm really glad I did the ride in the middle of the thing, because it really sort of filled in things and made that a place as well. Whereas that didn't necessarily have to end up working out like that. That could have been completely different. the best part of it is how much fun I had building it. Even if it doesn't, you know, end up being like a big hit and nobody ever sees it. I had a lot of fun building it. Though I do admit, though, it would be nice if it would, you know, did better on Steam. And even that, you know, if it weren't for Fricker, that would have never happened. Nobody would have ever seen this thing if it weren't for Fricker. Wolfie. Or wait, was it you that came here because you saw Pirates Paradise on Channel 5? Who was it who came here because of Pirates Paradise on Channel 5? Was it you, Death Bruce? I know somebody's here because of that. That would have never happened if it weren't for Fricker. I submitted it to Johnny, and he never, you know, he looked at it and went on. And then Fricker came along and submitted it as well. And then he found my submission. And that's how that happened. So that was not a natural event at all. Well, that's good. Actually, to tell you the truth, I have found that the worlds in Planet Coaster have been performing better lately. And there's only really one way I can tell, though. And that's to load up Adventureland. And maybe I should do that quickly. Because I noticed that Glow World was performing beautifully in Planet Coaster for me. Like, so well yesterday that I was quite amazed how I could zoom around there. And it wasn't like that all the time. Whoops. Gotta paint my world. Yeah, so yeah. So if it weren't for that, actually, that. I need to build something in here. This is really starting to come together. Okay, I'm gonna save it. So, before there was Glow World, before there was Ancient, before there was Pirates Paradise. Who came up with that silly name anyway? Sorry, that was me. There was... So, Pirates Paradise. Here's every episode of Pirates Paradise. And you can see the part 2s. That's where I did work myself. So, there's only 81 of those. Adventureland, though, there were 135 episodes of Adventureland. Let's see what Adventureland looks like. So, nobody knows, I never published Adventureland. Adventureland was the first park I built. It was me starting from not knowing anything. The first 5 coasters I built, I threw away. Because they were awful. I was terrible at it. And then you'll see my first coaster that I kept. Actually, I had a lot of help with it. One of the guys that I met through doing No Limits 2 workshop creation videos, or the workshop creation series that I created, I did 60 of those videos. 60 times 6. Actually, there was one video that was a special. It was just one park, but he helped me out because, of course, he knew what I really needed to do. So, Adventureland was it. Empty slate, and I started building in a corner. I didn't do coasters at first. I did flat rides. And you can really see the progression from, you know, what I was doing, where I was, you know, what I was thinking, like how I built things, to where I am now, which is completely different. Like, hey Nick, how you doing? So yeah, it's not like I'm doing good. I'm doing good. It's Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday. I'll be doing better tomorrow. Well, then again, it's like, you wouldn't believe how bloody cold it is. Sorry. Excuse my language. The high today was minus 24. Tonight, it's going down to minus 29. So tomorrow, the high will be minus 23. And by the way, that's in Celsius. Minus 7 with snow. Yeah, it's Celsius. Yeah, it's all Celsius. I'm Canadian, so Celsius it is. No, I live in Winnipeg. That's it. Back to Winnipeg. That's how we're famous for The Simpsons. That's it. Back to Winnipeg. Hey, look, it's the Western Station. That's in my new park. I built that here. Here it's just, you know, it's actually a train station here too. Okay, so, everybody, close your eyes. No, I'm just kidding. We'll go around the outskirts so we don't get to see anything until we get to the beginning of the park. The camera's all wrong. There we go. Oh, that's better. Okay, so this is a little thing I call Adventureland. Sorry. Even every time I see it, it's totally overwhelming. No, there's no people here. I've had to close the park because with people in it, it won't run. It won't run. So when we get into the park, this is one of the last things I built. Was the station entrance, which basically goes up here and enters the train station. Again, one of my favorite things like that is I love that. Is my entrance. But there's a train that pulls up there, and I think that's why I've really liked building train stations. Whoops. But if we look here, these things here, like these rocks, these trees, this is the first things I put down in this map, in this world. I had some other buildings over here and some stuff over here and bathrooms and everything like that. But, you know, this was the first parts I built. The first building I built is over here, too. This is the first building I built. I spent hours and hours and hours building this thing. And then I built gingerbread houses. I built the gingerbread train station. And stuff like that. But yeah, well, see, the thing is, in here you see the build up. Like, this was probably about the 5th or 6th coaster I built, and then I really started to, you know, get with the program here and figure out how to do things and you know, how to make things look like they should look. You know, it still looks artificial, but it's sure a lot better than you know, some of the things I built. Like, and this is a really reasonably good coaster too. But, you know, this was the first coaster I built. Now, the guy that helped me didn't agree with everything I did here, but, you know, it wasn't about that. It was about me getting used to everything and getting a feel for it. So, yeah. So that was the first coaster. You know, the rides and stuff like that I added as I went. You know, I built all the shops and stuff like that. You know, there's actually no shops running here, but I put all this together. Some of the buildings are actually the buildings from Planet Coaster, but a lot of it's not. The next thing I put together was this. The Broke Miner. You know, I got bad lighting here. It's white. It should be yellow, but whatever. I got bad lighting all throughout this area. Lighting in this, by the way, was secondary. I didn't do the lighting until like way later, like near the end of it. But you know, it is a fully lit park, and it does reasonably look well. Okay, TVX Gamer is advertising on the stream. Isn't that nice? So yeah, this is the Broke Miner. This is, again, I had this whole thing about pushing numbers at the time. So right now, this was all about me pushing numbers, but I don't build coasters like that necessarily anymore. That ended with Pirates Paradise, because in that I pushed every coaster, tried to push the limits, and some people, like, people loved it. Like, for pushing the limits, but some people hated it because it was too, you know, too much. But whatever. This is, it was the Red Rock Racer first, but then, you know, it was broken. I had to fix it, so it became the Broke Miner. But yeah, it's a fun ride, I think. And yeah, it seems to be performing pretty well, as a general rule. This has become one of my favorite coasters to build with, by the way. There's a wobbliness here and there in this because I wasn't really good at smoothing and stuff like that yet. Eh. I liked it. It was fun. After that, I probably built some of the stuff in here. You know, all the buildings here. Oh yeah, and this is where I really got this thing here. This is again one of those things that could go in my park that I'm building now and would fit just perfectly. That's got 66,600 pieces in it. It's only a facade. There's nothing on the back. It's fake, but it's got way too many pieces on it. But it was fun to build. Now this, see, like, so. We come down here and we start to see the way I start to build now. Like, you come down here and things start to look a lot more detailed, and then we have like full bridges and stuff like that with rocks and stuff. And once I get past that, you know, it's starting to look a lot more like I currently build. Like, I do know, yeah, I would have a lot more plants along the water's edge and stuff like that. But you can see where it's getting me, where I'm going with all this. You know, this was years ago, but you know, that's the thing. It's a continual progression. I keep on changing and changing and changing and changing the way I build things. This is actually what I think is the most fun ride in here. It's not perfect. It leaves a bit to be desired now, you know. But again, it was one of those builds where I got a lot out of it. I really enjoyed it. More than it made the perfect coaster. It actually did make a fun coaster, though. The double downward helix at the end, I could have come up with something better. They even got music. Yeah, this was all streamed. There were 135 live streams for all this. Yeah, like I said, this one was big for me as coaster building. This is still like one of my favorite coasters to build with. Thanks, Planet Coaster. Frame rate 0. Wow, that's bad. So yeah, that one was fun. But you know, yeah, it was at that point where I got to the point where I was like starting to build everything in like high detail and stuff like that. You know, different sections, having different looks and feels. Definitely more theme parkish than real worldish, if you know what I mean. Yeah. Yeah, Death Bruce was here for some of this. I believe when I built these, you were here. These were two of the things I built specifically for the workshop. More to match the theme of the way Planet Coaster did stuff than the way I do stuff, but that was back then. Okay, and we have to come here. Okay. Positions blaze. So, there's going to be music coming out of here. So I'm going to sit here. Oh, crap. Doing this made me absolutely hate their sequencer. Yeah, this is I really wish I finished this. To get it to time with the music, though, was a nightmare. Because the sequencer's bad. It's a stack. It's not a, you know, I always thought the sequencer should, like, work like Microsoft Project. Where you put a firework down, it gives you, like, a line. Here's the firework, the life of the firework, and, you know, here's where it goes off. So that you could actually sequence things. As opposed to just stacking them and randomly choosing numbers so that it fits in with music. And I should have shut up and let you watch, but... And that's where I left it, because of the sequencer. It was just so difficult to use. But yeah. Okay, you want to ride the Hyper? We can ride the Hyper. Yeah, so I built like bridges across here, you know. And it's funny how it's just a bunch of staff walking around in maintenance. So we'll ride the Hyper. It was supposed to be a Giga Coaster, but I missed it by that much. So again, another just tried to build a unique park style thing. So this is a cable launch. So I'm being pulled up on a cable instead of a chain, so it's quieter. It's not it's just smooth. This is sort of a fun ride. I like building this. That's all part of this, by the way. That's sequenced. I always thought this was fun. I know some coaster people didn't agree, but I didn't like how it did that. It might be able to smooth better nowadays, rather than how it used to smooth, which was very choppy and rough. Who's asking if who works weekends? Do I work weekends? I don't work weekends. Only when we got a deployment. Okay, Bruce, you're asking. So yeah, that's a coaster. You know, it's fine. You know, really it is. Like it's average. Nothing special. This thing's a monstrosity. You know, so I don't know if Death Bruce remembers this, where at one point in time I had this huge wall built across here, and in my spare time I was building this world in the background, and it was supposed to be like completely covered so people can just walk up on the land. It was supposed to look like there was no paths and people were walking anywhere. It did, you know, it didn't exactly work out like that, but it did, you know, it became something. But yeah, and then I took the wall down one day. You can see remnants of it. But yeah, there was tons of stuff I did here. Oh, that was never finished. But yeah, all in all, it was a fun build. Oh, this is fun. I like this. I wish I could add this to another park. You know, we can do lava so much better now. But this coaster was kind of cool. Because it's a synchronized. They both leave and arrive back at the station within moments of each other. So they're synchronized launch right now. But when they get back, maybe we'll ride it. For one last ride. Oh yeah, the click is a anti-fallback rollback thing. You can only. So okay, here we go. This we should launch the same time. That's awful. That's awful. I didn't feel it worked if I didn't see it. That was the problem with that. And I do build coasters now so that you can see what the stuff around it better. But these are nowhere near the coasters of Pirates Paradise. Pirates Paradise coasters were like much more well thought out, much faster, much more violent. But hey, they were pirate coasters. One was called Sinister Steel and Malevolence and the Curse of Cthulhu. So yeah, they were pirate coasters. What are you expecting? So yeah, this is where it all began. A little bit of a mix of everything. But yeah, you can definitely see the progression through Pirates Paradise, Ancient. How I doing something completely different in Glow World, and then back to Something Scary. Because, Something Scary is what I basically... I came out of Pirates Paradise. This, Pirates Paradise, Something Scary, Ancient, Glow World, back to Something Scary. And then I will go back to Ancient after. But, I'm not getting tired of it anymore. It's just... That was a thing that seemed to happen a lot in the past, is I would just get sick of it. Sick of the building... the same style, and I'd want to build some different style. I don't find that's happening anymore. But maybe I am moving around a lot in... oh, it just stops. I'm moving around a lot more and doing a lot different stuff. It just stopped again. A water park, yeah. But, I do think I am going to have to leave this here today. It's almost 9 o'clock. I haven't even cooked supper. Dinner. Whatever. I'm I might be bad and go to... No, it's minus 24 outside. I'm not going anywhere. Yeah. Yeah, they've got a lot more pieces to do stuff like that. But yeah, I'm going to leave this here. We're going to pick this up, I don't know. Oh yeah, tomorrow. Let's talk about tomorrow. No Planet Coaster tomorrow. Tomorrow, we start Resident Evil 2. And we'll see how that goes. I can't remember how much I liked it or not. I played it on the PlayStation one day, long ago. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Get something new on the channel. Another Resident Evil, because we did play 7. And we'll see how that goes. So, until then, I'm GameFace. This was Planet Coaster. If y'all liked it, click the button, and don't forget to subscribe. I'd like to thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.